What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Dudes Who Bet Daily. We're here for another week of action. Papa Dude with me today. Magic going to come here in a few minutes. Papa Dude, are you ready for another big week?
Oh, yeah. College football is crazy again this weekend. We got some big games we're going to discuss on our show in about an hour.
Yeah, that's right. It is podcast day here at racingdudes.com, and we will be on, Papa Dude and I, in an hour to talk all things college football and NFL. I got a few hot button issues I want to talk about on that show. I think that we can kind of give some insight in, maybe better than most. So I won't spoil that, though. We'll wait. We'll save that for our show. I think that will be a lot of fun. All right, let's get into today's show. We're going to kick it off. We haven't talked a lot of baseball on this show, but today's kind of the perfect day to do it, kind of a quiet Thursday, except for Major League Baseball. Phillies and the Diamondbacks, what we'll kick it off with. They're going to start here in a few hours of the first game today. Phillies are minus 130 at Arizona. Phillies lead the series 2-0. All right, Papa Dude, where are you going with this one?
Yeah, this is the baseball's been nuts. Really, it's really crazy. Doing better this week. I am. So I have a feeling the Diamondbacks are going to win tonight. I don't have any reason why. They don't have an advantage in the pitching matchup or anything. I don't like the Phillies starter as well. And the Diamondbacks are pitching Fat, I think, tonight. Fott, whatever his name is.
Yeah.
What? He's pitched pretty well in the playoffs. I like him better than Suarez. I think they're going to get one tonight. So I like the Diamondbacks to upset the Phillies tonight.
You're going to take the Diamondbacks and the plus money. Boy, I tell you what, it's been safe to just take the underdog in all these games. I mean, it's really been quite incredible. So, yeah, I'm kind of with Dennis. Like, it's hard to have a lot of confidence in the Diamondbacks after these two games against the Phillies.
Sure.
It's been one-sided. I told you about, it's been 2 or 3 months ago. I said, this Phillies team, I think they're really, really good. And at that time, I think they were just barely in the wild card position. I still kind of think that. We kind of talked about it when they're matched up with Atlanta. It's like, boy, that's the one team I don't think Atlanta wanted to see. They're just kind of tough to beat. So I'm going to go the Phillies. I think they're going to get it done. Long story short, they're talking around it. I don't like to play favorites all that often in baseball. I'm pretty confident in the Phillies tonight to get it done. All right, this is the big one in my opinion, because this is such a toss-up series now after the Astros did what they absolutely had to do. They had to win Game 3, and they did it. They did it impressively. So the Astros and the Rangers, Game 4 tonight. The Rangers still lead 2-0. It's at Texas, well, in Dallas, I should say, home of the Rangers. Rangers minus 120, total 9.5. Papa Dude, who do you like in this one?
Yeah, I don't think it matters where they play. I really don't. This is, I actually watched almost all that game last night because I had the Astros as my best bet of the day.
Great job.
I just figured Texas got to lose sometime.
Yep.
They can't keep winning every day. And, they had went into that game. They'd won all 7 playoff games and only one of them at home. That's amazing that they had won 6 games on the road going into that game. And the Astros did exactly what they had to do. They jumped on them, got the lead, held on. There was some great defensive plays in that game. I think the playoffs have been a little bit disappointing. At least they have to me. But this game was pretty good last night. It was pretty entertaining. Both teams hit the ball well, and like I say, the defensive plays were great. Having said all this, I think Houston might have turned the tables. I'm going Astros all the way. It's one of my good picks for the day.
Well, we're against each other in both these games, but I don't have strong opinions about it. I just kind of think Texas will bounce back. I think they were just due to lose a game. I've thought all year they're a little better than the Astros, but I tell you what, it's tough to beat the champs, and that is going to be the big challenge here to put them away. I think Texas gets it done tonight. I'm going to go the Rangers here. I want to touch on one thing you talked about the playoffs kind of being a little disappointing. I agree. I got back into baseball this year. I thought the regular season was great.
Yep.
The playoffs have sucked. There really haven't been a lot of competitive games. This series has been pretty good, though.
It has.
But
well, don't you think some of it is too? The big teams are out.
Yep.
I think that hurts when your big teams go down. Yep. And that's baseball. You get hot in the playoffs. It doesn't matter what your regular season record is. You get to playing well. You get some confidence. These short series you can win.
Yep.
And this game tonight, this is the big one. Houston wins this. You're going to swing towards the Astros.
Probably.
Yeah. So this is a pivotal game tonight.
Yeah. This is I totally agree with that.
Yeah.
I was rooting for the Rangers and the Diamondbacks, and I don't know. I think the Rangers win today. They're going to get it done. They're going to go to the World Series. If not, it's definitely a toss up at best. And I think the Diamondbacks, I mean, it's a must win. They're in the same situation the Astros were in last night. You have to win,
Yep,
or
you have to.
you're not coming back from 3-0. So
No.
well, we'll see. It's going to be kind of hopefully going to be kind of interesting as we go through here, because it really hasn't been as of late. All right, let's go to the NFL. Another Thursday night game in the NFL. Not that attractive on paper. Jaguars and the Saints. It should be a pretty competitive game, though. Saints are a 2-point favorite here at home against the Jags. Total sitting at 40. Who you got tonight?
Well, as of an hour ago, and I haven't checked in the last hour, we don't know where the Lawrence is going to play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Is
and
that is
that's why that line is where it is.
exactly. So how do you bet this game? I think you got to wait and find out if he's going to play. Because if he plays, I'm on the Jags. I think they're better than the Saints. Now, there are some things to consider. One, the Jaguars traveled all the way from London. They were over there for a while. They did win last week, though, so that didn't seem to bother them. But now they got to travel again. New Orleans is decent. So I think with that line at -2, and here's I've been sitting around thinking all day, if I was the coach or if I was the Jags organization, would I risk him? Because the other thing is, he's only had a couple of days to rehab whatever's wrong with him, which is supposedly a sprained knee.
Yeah.
He's never missed an NFL game. So the guy's tough. If he can play, he's going to. But if you're the Jaguars, do you set him tonight? Do you just say, hey, we're going to sit you. We're not going to risk you in a game like this? Or is this a game that you think, hey, our division's not very good. We're probably going to win the division. But this is a game that we can win, that we need. You know what I mean? Before we get to some tougher games. So they got a big decision tonight. He may make it easy for him. He may say, hey, I can't play. So we'll see.
That's kind of my thing. I don't think he's going to play, and I think the point swing tells you that. I really do. I to me, I would short week. I'd sit him out.
I would too. And if he doesn't play, I'd take the Saints tonight.
Yep, I would too.
Just don't think the Jags are. I think he's a big key to the Jaguars' success.
I definitely agree with that 100%. Yeah. So I'm on the Saints tonight as well. You might be anyway. I mean, the Saints are at home on a Thursday night. It's going to be a good atmosphere. It'd be tough to go in there and win. And then without Lawrence, it's going to be really tough if that is the case. So, all right, Magic's here, and he's here just in time for the race of the day. Magic, what's up, buddy?
Hey, guys, I made it. I got home 6 minutes earlier than I told you my ETA was. So
you did. Very good job, Magic. We're all very
I pulled in the parking garage, walked back up here, got settled, figured out the game plan, and still made it earlier than I told you I actually would.
Man, what a guy. You're really something else, Magic, in one way or the other. You really are. So good job to Magic. He's alive. He survived another day of LA traffic. Just in time.
You have to go, Magic? Where'd you have to go? Drop your son off?
Yeah, I just did a daycare run.
How far do you have to take him?
Miles or
a mile? And how long does it take?
It's about 11 miles, and it's usually about 30 minutes, 25 to 30 minutes there, and about 35 to 45 coming back.
Okay, 11 miles takes an hour.
Round trip, yeah, usually. Afternoon, it's usually better. Mornings are worse.
Wow.
If we had to go 11 miles, it would take 11 minutes probably. So.
Yeah.
Depending on the road you drove on. So
LA traffic, gotta love it.
Gotta love it. Magic's happy every day of his life. I can definitely confirm Magic's always happy. So all right, let's talk race of the day today. We're gonna go Belmont at the Big A for this one. We're going to the Glen Cove Stakes, race 8 on the card today, 6 furlongs on the turf, $125,000 the purse. The turf is rated good here. There is a field of 10, 11 through 15 have scratched. Magic just got here, so let's go with you first, Papa Dude. Who do you like in this one?
Oh, well, thanks a lot. Well, I think this one's one for the way I bet is pretty easy for me. I like the favorite number 3 a lot. Magic, how do you pronounce that last name?
It's number
Macabre?
2. Number
Or the
2.
2, I'm sorry. Is it Macabre?
Yes, that's correct. Dance
Okay,
Macabre.
I thought so. Very consistent. 8 races, 4 wins, 3 seconds, 1/3. Been running really well. Gonna be hard to beat. I think there's lots of speed in this race. I think she just sits right off the pace and goes and gets them. So I'm going with number 2 all the way in this one.
Magic, do you agree?
I like the 2, respect the 2. Not my top pick, but I do think that that's one that I think this is my second pick, actually. So, yeah, I like it. What about you, Aaron? I'm going to save mine for last.
I like the 2. I like
Okay.
father like son today. That's a first time, though, because we've really kind of been disagreeing. But today I do like the 2, Dance Macabre. I just think when you look at this, and Papa Dude laid it out, the consistency of this horse makes it kind of tough to go against. Last time out, came off of a little bit of a layoff, got second at Kentucky Downs in a race that was pretty darn tough. Gets back here, kind of, the quote unquote normal conditions. Kentucky Downs is kind of quirky for sure. Second off the layoff, I think 2 runs really well. So I like the 2 as well.
All right. I'm gonna go for a price. Give me the 5. Futures now, 8-1. Maryland bred stepping up. Really good Maryland bred connections. Trainer Mike Trombetta. The owner breeder Larry Johnson has a lot of really good horses. Usually see them show up with 1 or 2 good turf horses on like Preakness Day. This is a filly that's 2 for 2 on the turf. She's never tried stakes company, but is just lightning quick. And especially if you go back and watch that Pimlico turf allowance, she broke from post 11. She had 10 horses inside of her, and she was out in front of them like that. Like it was kind of like a Golden Pal in the Breeders' Cup moment. Not the last Breeders' Cup he was in, but the other Breeders' Cups he was in. Where he just like within a couple of steps, it's like the horse is in front. No one was fast enough to stay with her early, and she just kept going and walloped him by 5 lengths easily. So, undefeated on turf. She's got this speed. I don't see anyone that's a real threat around her to go back with her. I think a 5-2 exacta might be how I play this as well. I think Dance Macabre is great. I just think the 5 could get loose early, and with this good turf, are they going to be able to really dig in and come after her?
Well, you make a good point. And sometimes when the turf is good, the speed holds. And sometimes when the turf is good, the speed just all crumbles. So you just never know up there in New York. But there will be a bias on that track, most likely.
Excuse me.
Yeah, Magic. There you go. I agree. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see what happens. That turf trying to dry out after just after all the and Naira's done a lot of bad things this year. The worst part of it is something they couldn't control. It rains every day in New York on race day, it feels like. So hopefully at some point we can get a little bit better of weather, but probably not going to be this year. So all right, you're on the 5 and Papa Dude and I on the 2. All right, let's get to the best bets. Magic, kick us off.
Yeah, Travis Etienne, anytime TD. I literally just closed out my notes. Sorry, 1 second. I know, especially with you guys were talking about, so Trevor Lawrence is out, right? When I sent you this, it sounded like he was very questionable, but he is out, it sounds like.
It's not official, but the line tells you he's out.
I feel like I got really lucky getting this at plus money, because I feel like if he's officially out, then there's no way to get plus money on this. So you can still get it. Go for it. Etienne right now is, I believe, 6th in the NFL in rushing with 451 yards. And if you take away the quarterback, they're going to rely on him even more. He's had 12 red zone carries so far this year. 5 of those converted into touchdowns. So I think that he's got a great chance against a New Orleans team that's just... the fun is outside the stadium in New Orleans tonight. It's not going to be very fun inside. If you're a Saints fan, just stay, go to get some drinks outside on Bourbon Street. Travis Etienne, anytime TD for the AEW Jaguars.
All right, Travis Etienne will be rooting for a touchdown there at plus 110. Pretty good. Papa Dude, you're going to a minus 110. Tell us why you like the Wild tonight.
Well, as I was texting you a while ago, there's several things I kind of like tonight, but none I really love. So I went with one that the Wild are really good at home, and the Kings are struggling a little bit. I'm a little surprised it's an even up game, aren't you? Don't you think the Wild should be favored in this game more than?
I think so. I don't think it should be a pick'em game.
No, I don't either, and it is. And so I went with them. Vegas is a pick'em game tonight too, but the difference is they're on the road, and they've won 4 in a row. and you don't win 5 in a row in hockey very often. And they're playing Winnipeg, which is pretty hard. So I didn't take them, but I kind of like that. Anytime you get Vegas as a pick and game, you got to look at it, I think.
Yep.
So I looked at that one as well. I kind of like Tulsa tonight against Rice at home. They play pretty well on Thursday nights at home. Kind of like that one as well. But I'm going to go with the Wild. It was my best feeling. I think they're going to win. It's minus 110. I think we're going to cash a little bit there. So I like the Minnesota Wild tonight to beat who the heck was it again? The Kings. The Kings are giving up a lot of goals. They're giving up a lot of goals, and you're not going to score a lot of goals against Minnesota. It just doesn't happen very often.
Should be a pretty good game there in Minnesota. Admittedly, I'm not going to watch any of it because they play at the same time as the Blues, so I'll be watching that. But I might flip it over a bit. Moneypuck.com is a site I really like to look if you like just looking at analytics for hockey, and that doesn't. I mean, it doesn't. It's whatever. I don't really take a ton of stock in it, but I just like to look. It's kind of fun. So what they'll do, they'll get percentages on who's the most likely to win the game. And then after the game, thing I really like, they do the deserve to win a meter, which is basically just, okay, here was the score, but here's who kind of deserved to win the game based on their analytics. So tonight, long story short here, they've got Minnesota with a 50.4% chance to win. So they've got this one, the most evenly matched game of the night. So see what happens. Should be a really fun game.
Okay, can I change my pick then?
Well, I was going to mention, you mentioned the Vegas situation. They've got Vegas at a 54.8% chance to win tonight. So so this is where, to me, a site like this can help you. If you have handicapped on your own and you go, okay, I really like Minnesota and I like Vegas, I wonder who'd be the best bet for me to make tonight. You've handicapped it all on your own. You're not relying on the percentages. You go to the percentages and you go, okay, maybe I'll put a little bit more on Vegas because they've got them rated a little bit better chance to win. Stuff like that, I think makes sense. But no, don't worry about it, Pop Dude. I'm sure Minnesota, easy win tonight.
Exactly. And they may be just as stupid as me. So that's the other side.
St. Louis Blues, 53.8% chance.
I considered them too.
If you
I
can.
did.
They're at minus 115. So,
do they have stats on the over/under? Because I like the over in this game. The two teams combined, they've scored an average 7.7 goals per game combined, and the over's at 6.
You talk about Kings of Minnesota?
Yeah.
They have something called expected goals. I think that's after the game, though. No, nothing before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Money puck. Let's see. I'm trying to look. Nope, nothing on the over/under today. So, all right. Well, that was fun. All right. I love hockey. We'll get into a lot more hockey once everything else starts to settle down. So, go Wild tonight. And if you're gonna bet the Knights, go Knights as well. All right. My best bet coming from horse racing, like always today. I'm going to go one race after the Glen Cove Stakes. I'm going to go race number 9 at Belmont at the Big A. Number 4, Francesco Clemente. I think this horse, second time in the United States for Chad Brown, going to show a little bit of improvement. Came over from overseas. John Godson was a trainer, ran with Brown last time out in an allowance going a mile and 1/8, finished 4th, beaten 2 3/4. I think we'll run better second time here for Chad Brown. Also stretching out in distance. I think that's key. You look at this horse's best race. They came at a 1 1/4. So we're going a 1 3/8 today. So give me the 4 in the 9th at Belmont at the Big A. Irad Ortiz Jr. also jumps aboard today as well. So I'll take the 4 in the 9th. What?
Mark's comment. Sounds like a Dominican Republican pitcher and not a horse. I like it. I thought the same thing. I was like, is this Roberto Clemente's son? Is a horse out there?
It definitely does. I laughed when I wrote that down. I thought the same thing. That sounds like a baseball player, but yeah. All right. Well, that's it. That's the best bets here. I'll put the best bets on the screen before I recap them. Magic Mike, same time as usual today.
No, actually, Mike texted me a few minutes ago. We're going to push it to tomorrow. He can't do it today. So we're going to do it tomorrow, and we're actually just going to do Breeders' Cup betting props and odds and all that stuff. That information that you were very excited I sent you yesterday, we're going to talk a lot more about. We found some fixed odds for a lot of the Breeders' Cup races, so we're going to talk about that tomorrow. I would assume 5 Eastern, 2 Pacific, 4 Central.
You might need to change what you're doing, but we'll talk about that off air because that might be blinkers off today, might be covering all that. So you may have
So,
You may
so
have-
you're worried that we're gonna come in and do it a lot better than you. I got it.
Well,
Okay.
I actually know that, which is why you need to change your format. So, but yeah, no, that's the Magic Mike show. They're going to be tomorrow. We don't know what they're doing yet because today at noon we're going to be doing the Dudes Who Bet Sports with Papa Dude and I. And sometime later today, and I don't have a time yet. I would tell you guys, but I don't have a time yet. But we will be doing what Magic just said. That's what will be happening on Blinkers Off today. So it should be kind of good. I'll tell you what, Magic. We'll do Blinkers Off, and then I'll text you and say, hey, we did a horrible job. You guys need to redo it. Or I'll text you, no, that went okay. Try something else. So that's kind of how we'll play that.
What time are you guys going on? Do you have a time yet for it?
Nope, no time.
Okay.
So, all right, let's fall.
I'll try and tune in.
Well, would love to promote it, but can't. All right, let's go through the best bets today. Once again, Belmont at the Big A, race 9. I like the 4 today. Magic's likes Travis Etienne, anytime touchdown. And then Papa Dude likes the Minnesota Wild today to beat the Los Angeles Kings. He's got them. Guys, obviously 0 for the week. How about this? We're down $9 for the year. So
Ooh, what happened? We were up.
We were up like $200 we were up 180 something and went 1 for 3 on Sunday. That's what happened. You picked Carabao. Yeah. Papa Dude picked the Falcons.
The Falcons, that's a good pick.
Who were awful. So, and then
That was a choice. Okay.
I did win on Sunday at Kings Night River, whatever the horse's name was.
Yeah. Kings River Night.
Kings River Night. There you go. All right. All right. We got to keep our composure, guys. Let's go.
We've kept our composure.
We have.
Yeah.
I'm literally dancing down here. How is this keeping our composure?
Literally, the only guy that's upset is Magic, and it's like,
I want to know, Magic, why you aren't talking about your Detroit teams.
oh, that's true.
I mean, I didn't want to come on here and make you feel bad, but yeah, woo! How about them Detroit Red Wings? Woo!
I was really thinking of the Lions, but
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. It's football season too. The Red Wings look damn good. The Red Wings haven't looked this good in a decade, so I'm excited.
yeah.
I agree.
Alex DeBrincat, mwah.
He's pretty darn good, honestly. Magic. I watched a lot of that game. They looked good last night. I totally agree. I thought they were. Really good.
He was very excited to come to Detroit, and I'm happy to see it paying off.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm going to say this because I don't like Detroit, but I don't hate them like I used to because we don't play them anymore.
Right.
It's better for hockey when the Red Wings are good. No question. about it.
Preach.
That's probably true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need them to be good.
And I used to hate the Red Wings more than any other team, but when they left to go to the other conference, it's like we play them twice a year, and it is what it is. you know?
I don't hate them at all anymore.
Yeah. Well, we're very happy for Magic. He survived LA traffic, and he has 2 Detroit teams that are playing well. He's very excited about it. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. Papa Dude and I will see you back here in about 30 minutes. I'll see you back sometime at some point today as well, doing something that Magic is very upset about. So anyway, see you guys here in just a bit.